Wuthering Waves is coming out very soon. May 22 is the very big day, and I'm honestly very excited for it. Don't get me wrong though, I was a Genshin fanboy day one. I even remember when the game released that I wrote in my own Discord server, damn, Genshin Impact is good. That's like 6 in the morning when I wrote that message. And I've been playing this game every day almost since that day. And for what it was back then, it was an incredible game. There's just very few things actually about Genshin that kinda disturbed me. A lot of quality of life stuff is missing. Like Genshin still really needs a lot of improvement when it comes to farming artifact sets. We don't have anything like Star Rail has, where you can pick specific stats for your artifacts, or that many NPCs just look very bad and forgettable. But yeah, this is just nitpicking about a very good game. Barely any games that comes close to this art style. And I see myself just walking around sometimes and wondering how beautiful this game is. I don't know if I'm the only one doing that. Story-wise, amazing. I know a lot of filler content, but most of the times when the story climaxes, it kind of makes up for these big filler updates. Or sometimes even the events have really emotional quests, especially this one. This one messed me up. Because after Genshin came out, I was very busy exploring the world. Just then, I kind of found myself looking for more challenging content. Where is the endgame? Honestly, was the question that I asked myself the most. Because all this time you're building your characters. You're building them, you're looking for artifact sets, and then what? You only have one thing where you can prove and challenge your characters, which is the Spiral Abyss. After 4 years, we still haven't got any new endgame content, which is just so sad. And I know there's rumors right now that we get maybe a new Abyss, but is this honestly gonna be enough? Just another Abyss? I was always wishing for an Abyss that you can play co-op, for example, and it looks like that Wuthering Waves is gonna have maybe something like this. And also, the co-op features that Genshin has to offer are very lacking. It honestly feels like a waste of time, because there's barely any reasons to play co-op, except for when you need help. But then, what do you need help with? The game is so easy. And here comes Wuthering Waves, this very beautiful game. It almost has the same things to offer like Genshin did when it came out. With the very big difference that it comes out with a lot of endgame, even on release day. There's 3 modes, actually, that the endgame already has to offer. And people are playing these modes in the closed beta test, and they find them amazing. There's something like the Spiral Abyss from Genshin. Then there's a simulated universe that Star Rail has, pretty much the same thing, where you can experiment with different paths, basically, or buff your characters up with very interesting and creative builds. It's like a roguelike. And there also is this very hardcore game mode, which is the tactical hologram, I think. People say that is the real endgame. These are the bosses that you have fought during the game or in the overworld, just more harder. This is gonna be the hardest content in the game, and this is where most of the hardcore players will find themselves having the most fun in. Now, I'm not really a hardcore player, I'ma be real, but I'm a little bit more than a casual for sure. So this is where Genshin just was very lacking for me. Doing the Spiral Abyss wasn't enough during these 4 years, because I built my characters and I wanted to test them always, then more than just these 4 floors that reset every 2 weeks. And Wuthering Waves also offers just more challenging gameplay. Honestly, it is a game for not only casuals, but it is also a game for hardcore player, what it looks like. I also want to say I haven't played it yet. I didn't get an invite for the closed beta, but honestly, I'm not even sure if I would be happy playing the closed beta, because I feel like at this time and age, people ruining their experiences for the day one experience. Which one of the biggest factors why somebody enjoys a game is jumping into a brand new experience and then experiencing for yourself. And if you watch a lot of YouTube videos and guides already, I feel like you're ruining that experience. Because you have seen it in the videos already, you know how this character works, you're trying to min-max already, even if you're just a beginner. So I also want to give out a warning, guys. Don't ruin your day one experience, don't ruin this beginning experience, make it a very fresh thing. But yeah, I just hope that Wuthering Waves is gonna give me the stuff that I needed from Genshin. And I will keep playing Genshin Impact. It is not impossible to play 2 games at the same time. And since the developers seem very based already, I can't wait to see where the game is going with the upcoming years. Genshin Impact actually also improved after the game came out, a lot actually. The issue was kinda that it took too long. Seeing that they are now talking about new endgame after 4 years, it seems a little bit late for me. Or the quality of life features that we have been waiting for since years, they add them like in Fontaine and is a bit late too. And the issue that they're not balancing or fixing character kits, I think that's a big one, guys. And when Wuthering Waves just listens a bit more than Genshin does, that's already a big improvement for me, at least. Honestly, the beginning phase already looks so good to me. They even made like this new web event where you can already get like echoes, which will improve your character. Actually will help you when the game comes out. That will improve your character. Which one issue I had always in Genshin is, when they make like this web events, it feels like a waste of time. Because all you get most of the time is like 30 primogems. And I feel like my time is worth more than 30 primogems, Hoyoverse. But I don't want to talk about the primogem amount that they give to us, because it's literally ridiculous. They really need to improve that. So Wuthering Waves is gonna be my big game for this year. And I also hope to enjoy the game with you guys maybe, because it seems like that co-op is just gonna be way more important. Genshin was lacking with co-op features since the game came out. I think the biggest difference is just that you can explore in the open world with a co-op partner in Wuthering Waves, and you can look for echoes together. You can spread out, and if you're lucky, you can even find a shiny echo, which is like a shiny Pokemon to compare with, but it also will improve your character. When you find a shiny echo, you can invite your friends to your world, and they will also get the shiny echo. I feel like this is such a fun idea, and finally incentivizes, is that an English word? I'm German, sorry. But it gives you a reason to play co-op for once. Wuthering Waves also looks very incredible. It has this more mature style. I feel like the characters could look a little bit more unique because the colors are very similar to each other, but nonetheless, they are very pretty. I'm especially hyped for this guy that kind of looks like Sephiroth, and I can't wait to try them all out. I also can't wait to try out all the echoes, because I think some of these echoes give you like boss abilities. You can turn into some of these monsters. I saw like this bike. I think you can turn into a freaking Ghost Rider bike on fire monster and drive around. I mean, that looks sick already. And of course, I have a few concerns about the game, because what is the longevity for the game? Is the game gonna give me enough reasons to keep playing even after the honeymoon phase, after 1, 2, 3 months? Because the cool thing with Genshin is we get monthly updates. Even if they're sometimes very filler, it at least is something new to do. I wonder how they're gonna pull this off with Wuthering Waves. Are they gonna be as fast as the Genshin devs? Will they add new content every now and then? I mean, it is kind of like copying someone's homework. They have the Genshin formula, they know what to do and what not to do. They can already learn from the mistakes from Genshin, which Genshin hasn't learned their lesson yet completely, as it seems. And I'm completely in for this ride to find out if Wuthering Waves can keep up and satisfy their players. I also think that they try to appeal to many casual players. It's not like it's only aimed for hardcore players, because you can parry, you can dodge, perfect dodge. These things are there, but you don't have to do it. Of course, if you want to do the harder content, of course you have to learn and get good, but it still has this open world, it still has a story, you still can enjoy the game even by not being the best player, for sure. I will get this hardcore itch, or more like this endgame itch, that Genshin has been lacking this whole 4 years, at least for a while. I'm also a bit curious, because Genshin I think has a way younger audience than Wuthering Waves is aiming for. In Genshin also the characters just look way more childish or immature, and I think with Wuthering Waves the audience will probably be a little bit older at least, or more mature. I hope we will not get dramas like we had in Genshin, where the community or the player base, the toxic player base, gotta mention that, is trying to cancel voice actors just because the character they voiced is a bad character in the game. I mean, that's such an immature thing. And I wonder if Wuthering Waves is gonna be similar to this, if there's stuff gonna happen like this. I really hope that they're gonna protect the people that work together on the game and that voice actors are gonna be protected. It's also worth to mention that this happens to many other games. Genshin is not the exception here. It is just that Genshin has such a huge player base that the voices are pretty loud sometimes. It also is just that Genshin has like these loud TikTok 12-year-old community. It is very ridiculous sometimes. I could keep yapping about Genshin and Wuthering Waves, but we're gonna end the video here. I just wanted to give you guys my thoughts and why you should also be excited for this game if you have been itching for the stuff that Genshin couldn't give to you. Specifically the endgame, or co-op features, or more challenging combat. If you enjoyed this and if you have similar interests as me, I would really appreciate if you stick around on my channel, subscribe. Let me also know your thoughts about both of the games. Are you excited for Wuthering Waves? Are you still gonna play Genshin? What are your concerns and what are you most hyped about it? Thank you guys for watching. We reached 20,000 subscribers again, so thanks a lot. And I see you in the next video. Bye bye.
Could only one world, one love, but the battle goes on, shadows of mass destruction. Ooh, yeah. Do 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 do. Baby, baby. Do 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 do. Ooh, yes. Do 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 do. Baby, baby. Do 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 do